Celsius for whenever you need a personality and you're just too tired. Sponsor the podcast, please.
Like, subscribe, sponsor.
Personality in a can. What is this? Cosmic vibe. Y'all loves it.
Cosmic vibe. You think RFK will still have, we'll still be able to get those?
Is Celsius not allowed? Is it bad? I thought this was all good stuff.
I don't know if it's all good stuff.
No high fruit corn
Whoa.
Run it back.
Reading is fun.
No high fructose corn syrup. No aspartame. No artificial colors. His whole thing is red 40, which I did have in some Doritos today, and then I forgot.
You had Doritos? Nacho cheese?
A little bit, and then I saw, the nacho cheese, and then I saw the red 40, and I was like, oh yeah, RFK.
I don't understand the connection between red 40 and RFK.
That's one of his big things he said we can't have is red 40.
What is it? Oh, like a dye.
It's a dye that makes things red. So all the things you enjoy that are red, like Skittles and I don't know, apparently Fruit Loops are just straight up poison.
I know, but they're tasty.
Are they? You Fruit Loop guy?
If I do anything, I'll do Captain Crunch with berries.
Captain Crunch, man.
Oh, yeah.
Those berries definitely have red 40.
For sure they do.
RFK is putting that he's putting that out of business.
I get a rainbow colored tongue every time I eat that stuff.
Listen, I want to hear your RFK impression.
I don't really. I didn't work on it. No, I don't even know where to begin with it. All I know is he sounds like someone who had the throat surgery.
He sounds like he's got red 40 stuck in his esophagus.
That could be it. He probably had too much red 40. That would be why.
That'll close you up pretty tight.
It would. I think if RFK had a clear voice, if like he drank more tea throughout his life, I think he'd be president right now.
You think he's one hot water with lemon and honey away from being the head honcho? He's
one throat clearing away from running the fucking best country in the world.
Get this man a box of Ricola.
Some Ricolas will be on his way. I feel bad making fun of him. I don't know what's wrong. I know it's not cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's like he's a health nut.
We know it's clearly, it's clearly not anything that's in milk. He seems very worried about that. Milk is on the docket now for some reason.
Milk is too?
I drink the shit out of some whole milk. Can I just say?
Do you really?
Yeah. I'm a chocolate milk gal.
Okay. Wait. Do you drink whole milk that's also chocolate milk? Or do you drink just like... You drink whole milk and you drink...
No, I make it myself. Mm-hmm. So ever since I was a child, I have been addicted, because we know I have an addictive personality, to Nestle Quick.
Oh my God.
The younger followers might know it as Nesquik.
The younger generation.
You know, they got it shortened down
powder?
now. Because the powder. It has to be the powder. Come on.
Of course it's
what
the
powder. What am I, swishing around a syrup?
How many spoonfuls of powder are you throwing in there?
About 4 heaping spoonfuls.
4 is the right number.
Yeah.
3 with a small spoon, it's never going to cut it.
No.
You need 4 big ones.
Got to keep it even.
Yeah.
And this is something that I have done since I was a kid. It used to be the only way I could fall asleep and the only way I could wake up. So every morning, that was like my little coffee. And I would have it in my sippy cup.
Yeah.
And my mom said whenever I wanted more, I would throw it. And I would be like, cha-cha mook.
Cha-cha mook.
And that's what I called it. And I've been addicted ever since.
I love that.
And I still drink it now. I go to Smart and Final and I get like the huge can.
Oh, yeah.
And I live alone. So I'm the only person drinking this.
Yeah.
And
it's easy to go overboard when you're by yourself.
I'm going through cans and cans of this stuff.
I believe it.
And because I saved the other one because it's so big. I'm like, oh, I could do something cool with this. I could use it as like a piggy bank if I had any extra money. But so I keep saving them. And then I have people over that are like, did you drink all 3 of those Nestle Quick? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do something cool with those one day. And they just like decorate the top of the fridge.
Hell yeah.
I just figure like maybe like a vision board type of situation or something. And
yeah, you could do a vision board out of them.
Put what you want on the can and then just stuff the money in.
You could take the can out to the street and panhandle and get change that way.
Yeah.
Put it in there.
You could take all 3 of them out and just throw them in the garbage where they belong.
Hell yeah. Or you could decorate your house with it.
That's what they're doing. I mean, we just need to get them red and green for Christmas, I guess.
It's like putting up
But-
a nice, you ever put up like, well, no, you don't is the answer, but maybe you might have thought of putting up like a nice bottle of Class A Azul up because it's such a nice,
Yes, I do
you
like
know,
the Class A Azul bottle. It
just,
is
yeah,
Class A.
so it could be similar to that. It's just like you're not drinking anymore. So now it's Nesquik cans.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's kind of like a white trash Class A Azul
Class A Azul.
in my house. But do you think there's chemicals in that? Because it says it's straight up cocoa. I will tell you that. It's not.
There's definitely chemicals in it. Do
It's
I know
not.
what kind? Absolutely not. I'm an American. I don't know anything about any of that.
It says vitamin A is included somewhere on it. That makes me feel better.
Calcium for sure.
Yeah, a lot of calcium. And I
Sugar.
feel like the whole milk makes your boobs big. Just a
Okay.
theory I've always
Can we go
had.
back to the fact that you said you make your own milk?
The powder, yeah, swished around.
Oh,
I don't make the milk.
Instant.
Yeah.
Instant.
Yeah.
Okay, but you say I make the milk and I'm thinking you have a fucking cow.
Because I will not drink, like if it's already Nesquik in the bottle, I will not drink that.
That's fair. That's
That's
the last
disgusting.
That's the last Nesquik that I had was like Nesquik little quick.
That's
just one
gross.
thing of it.
That is like a hint of chocolate flavoring, if that.
Have you ever had the strawberry one?
I mean, yeah, but I'm just such a chocoholic that would never satisfy this craving.
So we're doing Nesquik. What else are we doing with the chocolate?
This does to me, like, this is like my new vice. Because I've leaned into it more than usual recently.
Okay.
And I got to say, like, if the chocolate milk is not black in color, like, I know the color that I want, Brian. We're not even really going by spoonfuls here at this point.
We're
going by color. And so that is why buying the bottle, it just won't do.
Okay. I can dig that. I
think it is making me break out.
When I first started smoking marijuana when I was 18, my buddy used to have Nesquik at his house.
It's a good little treat.
We used to get a little stonied, and we would make some Nesquik and have some PB&Js.
Together?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Ask me how much weight I gained during that period of my life.
You're probably like, that's whenever you want to gain weight, right? When you're like a high school boy, you're like, I'm trying to get my gains.
I wish that was the case. It was more like, let me just gain a little bit of LBs, get some man titties on me.
Oh, yeah. See, goes back to my theory. Chocolate milk, it causes breast.
I think it might.
Big, nice, ample rack.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I attribute mine to. Sound off in the comments. Let us know what you think. I saw the nastiest thing on the way here on a billboard.
What'd you see?
They were advertising peanut butter whiskey.
I've seen this.
Why? What are we doing here?
It's too much.
I mean,
we already did the
is that
cinnamon.
for? That is for a stoned high school kid. That is the only person that's drinking.
But there's a
peanut
lot of
butter
those
whiskey.
now. There's more of those now, probably.
They shouldn't be marketing to that. Like, drink your whiskey like a whiskey taste, like a man. That's what I say.
Hell yeah.
We don't flavor it. What's next? Peanut butter and jelly whiskey? Like, it's too much.
Probably already exists.
We do for the girls, we have all the vodkas. We have your cotton candy vodka. You have your strawberries, your watermelon, your key
cherry,
lime.
literally anything.
How about this for disgusting? Okay, so I'm into non-alcoholic things now.
Very much so.
Now they have White Claw non-alcoholic.
What is it?
Why would you need a White Claw that was non-alcoholic?
Isn't that just like a LaCroix?
Yeah, just get a LaCroix. Get anything else but that. That sounds so disgusting.
That's a little weird.
What are you going for? You just want the skinny can? Like,
they just need different variations of everything so that people will be like, oh, that sounds great. Like they have like 10 different types of Captain Crunch, Fruit Loops, Celsius, now like White Claw with no booze.
They got lots of non-alcoholic beers
Can't think
coming
of
out,
anything more useless than that.
I'm very excited for the non-alcoholic beers. It makes me feel like I'm still a part of
It still
a social
tastes
setting.
But it tastes like beer.
It tastes exactly.
You know, it's
Peroni
really
Zero tastes exactly like Peroni to the fact where like I have to have the bartender like show me the bottle next to it because otherwise I don't want to like relapse.
No,
Because he went, oh shit, I got the regular Peroni instead of the zero. Sorry, bro. Set back your sobriety calendar. Call your sponsor.
Just a
My
bartender
bad.
being super casual about alcoholism. Like, no, my bad, dude. I didn't mean to do that. I had no idea.
People don't understand. Like, they have Corona non-alcoholic. Now, that is a not tasty beer. I don't know. Maybe if you're on a beach.
Heineken is good. Peroni is good. Non-alcoholic wise. There's a really good German one. I don't remember. We talk about it.
I know it's Klostefaner or whatever. You were
that
telling
is
me.
what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Kloster something. Try them off in the comments.
Sponsor us, please. NA beer. No, I was so excited to go downstairs to get us this Celsius so I could have a personality. And I saw that they do have non-alcoholic beer down there. If I ever wanted to get crazy.
Hell yeah.
They had the Heineken Zero.
Okay.
And they had the nasty Corona one.
Yeah, no good.
But I didn't opt for that because I had a lot of those yesterday because it was my birthday.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I should have went and got you a Celsius.
It's all right.
Didn't though.
I was tying one on with my zeros.
So how was your birthday?
It was great.
Okay.
Couldn't have been better.
I'm not going to ask you how old you turned because
I'm not going to say it.
I'm pretty sure it's 30 again.
I'm glad you're not going to ask because I'm never going to say it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
nor should you.
I would still like to work in this industry. And they would put me out to pasture.
Let me tell you. You still got it.
Thank you.
Yep.
I have to say, okay, this is what I wanted to tell you.
Tell me.
And this is Here for the Hang podcast, by the way.
This isn't Here for the Uptight podcast.
We're here for the hang.
Hanging out.
Thank
Carlisle's
you for
drinking
being here
Celsius.
for the hang. I'm getting loose with it. And I want to tell you that my co-host, Bryan Agnew, posted possibly the best photo of me yesterday, which is like you wouldn't think that would be coming from a guy.
I was thoughtful.
I was going to ask you, did your wife, Britt, help you pick out the photo?
No.
Because you really did a good job. Like you did me a solid.
Well, literally you just posed for the photo.
I know, but I didn't even know this photo existed. Like we should have used it with
here.
Whatever episode that was. That should have been.
Yeah, I don't know how it got lost in the shuffle.
That was a framer, but
I'll send it to you. I'll airdrop it to you after this. You can frame it.
Yeah, I think we should frame it right here in our studio.
Oh, that'd be nice.
But y'all, like, you know how you get all the birthday posts or whatever, and some people are like, thank you. Not the best picture, though.
Yeah.
Like, you get the Instagram post and they're rolling out. And by the way,
they look good in it. The person's birthday does not look good in it.
Exactly. Yeah. They pick the best one of them. This happens more with your female friends. But no, you like shocked me with how good you did.
Dude, listen, it was a good photo. It happened to also be a good photo of me.
Is that
so? I was like, all right, this is the one.
The truth comes out.
No, but that was yeah, dude.
And that was on a day when Wrath felt that I looked very bad.
Well, you didn't.
And it just goes to show a lot of times you just need a little bit of time away from the photo. You need a little bit of time away from the day. This is why it's great to like, do you ever like see a photo of you on some birthday or some occasion? You're like, at the time, you're like, oh, no, don't ever post that. I don't want to look at myself. And then like a year later, you're like, damn.
Hell yeah, of course.
I was looking good that Christmas.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
You just need like some distance.
That's all you ever need.
Yeah.
You know? I think also it's like when people get perma-stoned, people get perma-paranoid.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like smoking a little bit too much pot. Like I think it's just like sometimes we overthink things.
Speaking of perma, that's why I hate most photos is my permanent bong indentions right here. That's what I like to call these. A lot of women get those worked on, and I will too someday whenever I can.
Plastic surgery is getting weird, man. I think, it's getting strange out there.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely getting strange.
We're in LA. Like, I'm so blind to it.
No, you're fully absorbed. No, it doesn't look good.
I see girls and I'm like, damn, I want that.
No, there's
couple more subscribers. Come on, YouTube.
I've seen some lips out here that I'll tell you. It's
we like the lips.
2 hot dogs next to each other. Doesn't look good.
I'll tell you though, a lot of guys, you don't realize that what you're attracted to is just a little bit of work. Like guys don't understand. They'll call something a natural look that's literally just a girl without filler, but like maybe just like the lip flip. And you're like, see, she just has those natural pouty lips. And us girls were like, no, she got a lip flip. Like she got the cheaper version of the filler.
What in the hell is a lip flip?
A lip flip is just whenever you just get like a little something, just it's a little touched up. But it's not like the full 2 hot dog mouth, like what you're talking about, like the Muppet mouth.
Right.
Have
like,
you seen that meme where they're like, all the like we didn't know whenever we were kids that all the women would just look like the Muppets because they have like those lashes. The Muppets that are in the background of the band that are like the backup singers behind Gonzo.
Yeah,
and all they are is lashes and lips. That's like the Kardashian look now that everybody goes for.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And I think it's because we just have that in our brain as like natural from childhood.
I don't know. Every time I see like those lips, I think of like balloon animals. You know how the hot dog balloon animal and how there's like the body has one part of the balloon and then the other part of the balloon on top of it.
Yeah.
Like I think that's just what plastic surgery lips look like.
It's a hot
just
look to
literally
me.
balloon animals.
I'm going for that balloon animal. No judgment here, girls.
No judgment at
Balloon 'em
all.
on up.
Listen, no judgment. I'm just saying it's like, you know, it's an epidemic out
You know
there.
what that reminds me of whenever you say balloon animals?
People are saying they're broke and they have this going on. I don't understand. It's like crazy.
And well, because you have to, because we all want to, you know, be young enough to continue to work forever and ever.
I know, but none of us can afford houses, and we're all getting our ass and titties done.
I'd rather have balloon lips than a house. I'll tell you that right now. Easier to clean, easier to touch up.
Way less maintenance.
Whatever you said, balloon animals made me think of. Okay. Because we were talking about jobs before the pod started.
Yeah, yes, jobs.
And I had this job once.
Steve Jobs.
That everybody thought I was going to be so great at. Playing a princess at princess parties.
Okay.
This is a job out here in LA because, you know, kids have very elaborate parties. I mean, I'm sure they do other places too.
No, they do other places.
But in LA, you also have this plethora of young girls that want to be actresses. So somebody got smart and they were like, I'm going to create a business where Snow White is actually going to come to your party. Cinderella is actually going to come to your party.
It's a little bit more like these are professionals versus like you might get some janky shit going on in Ohio.
And they're actually pretty.
Moana.
Exactly. You don't want the Ohio Moana.
Not in
Ohio
Ohio.
Moana.
Not in Ohio.
She's not, she's not up to snuff like this Beverly Hills stuff we got going on.
I don't know if that exists.
But I'm telling you, I did this job, put it on the list of jobs Carlisle's had. Like, I was a princess at princess parties.
Which princess were you?
So I did Cinderella.
Okay.
Okay. So you had like the cute little blue dress, the headband, the little pearl earrings. But it's not just that you're Cinderella. You have to go and you have to like make crafts with them. You have to read the story of Cinderella. And the one part that I couldn't hack, and the reason why I lost this job is because I could not make balloon animals.
That's the reason, really?
They literally wanted you to make balloon animals,
and you couldn't do it.
I can't make a balloon animal.
You gotta go to clown school to do that.
They even gave me like this like penis pump looking thing that I would go home. It like goes like this and pumps up the balloons.
I know what that is.
It starts off as a stick.
The penis pump we're talking about. No.
You have one under your bed right now.
Yeah.
It starts off, it pumps
in my
this
car.
long hot dog thing, and then you just have a stick balloon that you have to like work with.
No. Yeah, I've definitely attempted to do a balloon animal before. It's not
harder
easy.
than it looks.
Yeah, no, it's really hard actually.
And I mean, whenever the pressure's on, you're trying to get this $25 an hour or whatever it was. No, they literally
little kids
said,
running around making you get those balloon animals out quick.
It was like you have like they're all around you, like waiting. You have to be able to do it, you know. And then they want this, like this person wants a giraffe, this person wants a pony, this person wants a teddy bear, and you're just like,
form a line, children.
You're like, I only know this part. Let's not talk about that.
What about
children?
just take a blown up one, just like as is? How about that?
I was like, you get a hot dog, you get a hot dog, you get a hot dog. No, so
you put lips on one of them.
They told me to take it home and practice, and I can remember that thing just like sitting at my house, being like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be a princess. Like, I don't think I got this gig.
Sounds like a pretty cool gig, though.
I'm gonna have to call him and tell him.
Gonna have to let him know it ain't gonna happen for me.
No more Cinderella for me.
Have you ever worked an office job?
I have.
You have?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
And I've worked in a lot of boring courthouses because I used to be.
Oh, you've worked in courthouses.
I used to be a landman. And I have to explain what that is because nobody knows.
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay, so it's definitely not. It's not environmentally conscious. I'll say that.
Okay.
But this is, you know how they drill oil.
Yeah.
In some country places where there's like a lot of land.
Yeah.
Everybody that I know from high school went on to do this job where you would go and you would work in these little one-horse towns where there's a lot of land. There's nothing around but property. And this big oil company is about to come drill on said land. So you have to make sure that the property owned, this is boring already, I'm sorry.
I'm interested.
That the property is owned by 100%, like the family that says they own it, they own 100% of it, and who to pay that huge check to. Because there's a lot of money in oil and gas.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't the one drilling, obviously. They get the men to do that. It's very dangerous. People lose their lives. That's why they get paid a lot of money.
A lot of money.
But oil companies have a ton of money, and that's why they would pay young people to go and move and literally live in these small one-horse towns because all the deeds are in courthouses. And you have to get what's called a title, like a bill of title that shows the transfer of land. So like if you're Bryan Agnew, you leave it to your kids, but you have 4 kids and then they have 4 kids each. And then somebody dies and they like, you have to have a flow of title.
Yep.
See how boring this is? I've lost all the audience.
I think I'm just tired.
But all of these deeds are not online. So you have to physically
grab them and copy them.
They're in deed books. And what's crazy is all across America, it's the same system that was set up in like 1900. So any courthouse you go to, there's grantor books and grantee. The grantor is the person selling. The grantee is the person that bought.
Okay.
So like if you are the grantor, then I'm just looking for like, okay, so I know this is Bryan Agnew's land, I would like pull these big cowhide, they're like made of cowhide, rawhide books.
Yeah.
And they're written in this writing that's like calligraphy almost, because it's like olden golden days writing.
Holy shit.
And your eyes get trained to it.
Cursive.
I know. I call it the olden golden days. No, but at first, like when they trained me, I was like, I'm never going to be able to read what this says. And then you just learn because your eyes like get trained to it. And then all of the deeds are written pretty much in the same language. This land containing meeps and bounds from the northwest corner, this, that. And then you'd have to make copies. Okay? It's stand in the courthouse all day, first looking for the name. Then you make a copy. And you're showing your boss, the big oil and gas company, the flow chart.
Nice boss, cool boss, bad boss.
They're all like young people because they only hire young people to do title, because as soon as you're done doing that county or whatever, you have to go to the next county. So they don't typically hire people that have families.
So how are you there for?
Like however long the project's done. Like until you can do a clean bill of title dating back from present day to 1900.
Wow.
Okay. And it can take you months. You can be working in some counties for like years. And yeah, because you're about to pay some family this amount of money, you have to make sure that it's all right and it's all squared away. And sometimes you would go to, and nothing's online until like the 80s, basically.
Yeah.
Everything else is handwritten in deed books. And this is how I discovered stand-up comedy, because I had this boring job and I would just sit there and I would listen to podcasts all day, because you can be tuned out. Like you're literally just looking for a name. You're just like Bryan Agnew, Bryan Agnew, Bryan Agnew. Oh, I found it. Oh, he sold it to Carlisle Forrester. Okay.
Yeah.
Carlisle Forrester. So you can like zone out.
Right.
And then you go and you make copies, and it's like, oil and gas companies have so much money. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
these courthouses, this is how they make their money, right? So it's like $1 a copy for like one sheet of paper. And sometimes somebody will die and you have to get what's called a probate, like their will, their estate, everything they left to everybody. And I'm talking, this is back in the day where somebody's will would be like 1 horse, 1 blind horse, one, like, it's like it was everything they left to everybody ever. And you had to copy it. And a probate is like this thick.
Wow.
And it could be like $500 for just that one thing to prove that this guy died and left this patch of land to his granddaughter.
Fuck.
And just that little piece of the puzzle is going to cost $500. And it would blow my mind. Like I would call my boss and be like, are you sure you need me to copy all this? And they'd be like, yeah, we need it. And then you'd just be standing there waiting for the thing to copy turning it over and just listening to like, a Mark Maron WTF podcast.
Why Mark Maron?
That's when I discovered WTF.
Dude, that's really fun. I used to have a job very similar, but it was like logistics, so it was like literally just
think.
Yeah.
These office jobs are less thinky than you realize.
It was just tedious. You know what I mean?
Always.
Like you're saying, like there's a lot of like data and it's just a process, a very specific one. You get used to it and then you're like, okay, cool. Like gotta do this, gotta do that. And it becomes very easy. And this was just like taking products that had to get from point A to point B and making sure they were on this very specific truck and like line of truck, and like whether it was a, like Freightliner or a Peterbilt truck or a Mack truck, like just making sure they're getting to certain areas.
Why do you even know the kind of truck?
I don't know. Just certain trucking company too, like ABF, or if it's like a FedEx. I don't even remember. It was Old Dominion is another one.
I mean, whenever you said Peterbilt, I've definitely seen that on like a tire flap or something.
My dad works for Peterbilt.
Really?
Yeah.
Shout out, Mr. Agnew.
Shout out, Hefe. He doesn't watch this.
He should.
He should.
And so should you. Tell a friend.
No, but that is how I found the Mark Maron podcast. Just doing that all day.
Really?
You just submit it. Yeah. And then they're like, okay, cool. The product's got it. Like, I don't even know. I never got any feedback. Like, I was always wondering, did someone get into an accident? Like, did the product get there? Like, I get no information after I submit this paperwork. It's just like off. But I would listen to Mark Maron. This lady, Jane, had a really good sour candy thing at her desk, and I would just go grab some of those and I'd just do it, and my mind would be in Mark Maron. Yeah. I was like, it's 11 a.m. time to pop some sour candy and listen to Mark Maron.
You always have those like, those little perks in your day. Like
something to get through.
These courthouses, like they would I'd be standing at that copy machine.
Yeah.
And like I would be listening to a podcast or whatever in my earpods, but they would have on like Judge Judy,
Yeah.
I'd just be like zoning out, just kind of like reading the captions. And
was it the judge at the courthouse that was also like that was watching Judge Judy? It was like his hero.
I think it was like the little office ladies.
Their hero.
Which you would like get to know after a while. Like you would be in these counties for a long time and there was nothing to do. Like,
what was the longest one that you had?
The longest stint I had is I lived in Zanesville, Ohio.
Okay.
In a Motel 6.
Where Moana lived.
Okay. Where all the Moanas live. But so typically you'd have like a very nice place where they would put you up. Like you'd either get a nice house, nice apartment.
That's cool.
All paid for by the job.
Yeah.
Usually like a Residence Inn situation, you know what I mean? Like those hotels that have like a little kitchen, like it's like a little mini apartment. But because I am a dumbass and I insisted on bringing my cat, for loneliness and any kind of...
You brought your cat with you to the places where you lived?
Yes.
Because they were extended stays?
Yeah.
Not just like a weekend?
Yeah, because I was living there. Yeah. I was like living on the road.
The cat. Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, you can bring your animal, but like we'll just have to get you a pet-friendly hotel. And I remember the pet-friendly hotel in Zanesville, Ohio was a Best Western that I lived in for close to a year.
What?
And now I'm a Best Western Diamond member. Shout out.
Hey.
Because you get to keep
sponsor the pod.
You get to keep all the points. Like you get to like register yourself, even though they're paying for it.
Right.
So as far as Best Western is concerned, your girl is a baller. Okay. I was balling out, just living in those rooms.
Hanging out by the pool at a Best Western.
Oh,
Nothing
there was no
like
pool.
it.
It was Zanesville, Ohio. It was so cold, and the snow, snowed like year round. I remember trying to go home for Easter and getting snowed out. And I was like, it's fucking springtime. I was like, why? I'm getting snowed out for Easter. And then my cat, like, I remember one time I took her to like go see the snow, and I just like plopped her down in this dirty snow. And she was just like, I want to go back to LA. What is happening? But it made me feel less alone to have her.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Yeah, what a waste. But all my...
I remember that cat.
Yeah, Avery.
Yeah.
She was black and white.
Yeah.
You knew Avery because
yes.
she came from the Valley Village place.
Oh, man.
That I used to live in.
Yeah.
So this poor cat went from living in sunny Southern California where
you
it
had
could
a cool
go outside
place too,
it could roam free, it had a pool, it could chase mice, bugs, whatever, to living inside of a hotel room in the cold snow, just sitting in a window.
When did you do this job?
This would be, so after I left LA and I took a little break and I moved to Austin.
This is before I moved here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
But no, but you met Avery whenever she came back. Because she came back with me after the job. I had this cat for 20 years. So your paths have crossed.
That's cool.
She just recently passed away, so.
Sorry about
that. I sent her to, no, I mean,
R.
it was long enough, but I sent her to live with my parents for her golden years, which is
good.
Where all the animals go, because I can't deal with death. And this is why I should not have a child.
Wow. But why does a child got to die?
Well, I'm just saying I would probably farm her out to my parents at some point just that I could go, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I never said I would be a good mom.
No, you never claimed that.
No, it's not something that I claim.
That's okay.
It's not something I stand by at all.
You don't have to.
Even my dog, Chloe, I have to share with somebody because I cannot handle the responsibility alone.
It's hard to do on your own.
Yeah.
It's hard to do on your own.
Whenever you're out in these streets chasing this comedy dream.
It's hard to just live a life on your own or even like with someone sometimes.
Well, you always have that built-in partner.
Yeah.
You always have somebody to pick you up from the airport, and
it's amazing.
That's a perk.
It's a perk.
It's a perk of marriage. I think a lot of people don't talk about.
No, I mean, a lot of people don't talk about it, but like sometimes I'll make my wife take an Uber to LAX if it's long. It's like she keeps going to LAX like every other weekend for work. I'm like, all right, it's 5 a.m. Time to go.
I would have had that in my vows.
That's a long way for me.
Uber at LA, yeah, it's a long way, but they have to wait in that like snake line thing.
No, I'm saying, I'll pick her up.
Okay, the pickup is.
I will pick her up. That, of course, I will do. I will not be dropping off.
For those of you that don't know,
before 7 a.m., I'm not dropping off.
Okay.
On a Saturday?
Yeah.
We've been together 7 years. I love her very much. Buy a flight out of Burbank. It's 10 minutes from our house. Okay.
Burbank is so much better.
There's 15 minutes of security.
Yeah.
You could get there 10 minutes before your flight.
Burbank Airport is like, you go and it's like 1950 and like, just like what airports are supposed to be.
It was like,
the stewardesses are hot. They have on mini skirts and little hats.
I don't remember that.
Listen.
I don't pay attention to that either.
Time traveling.
I don't pay attention to that. Did I mention
but LAX, they're snaked around through. Whenever you have to get an Uber, it's like, oh, yes, we made it to LA. We're here. Nope. You're banished to the parking lot. You're going through TSA again, basically. It's like customs.
Walk a mile. Mm-hmm. Go find your Uber or Lyft. It's going to be confusing. Good luck. Yeah. But that's why she takes an Uber. No, I pick her up. Okay. Sometimes. No, I pick her up every time.
That's a good husband when you pick her up.
Yeah. Well, you know.
But that was my office job. Was that too long and boring to talk about it? Now you guys
learned
about a new job.
That was a long story, but that's okay. Now I know about
There's no other way to explain.
What was the title again?
It's a landman. It's in the landman.
Woman.
But I was an abstractor of title.
Abstractor of title. This is a very, very specific job.
Yes. And they don't have it in LA, or I would still be doing it.
You better put that on your LinkedIn.
You have to live in these places. You want to hear all the places I lived? It's nowhere you want to live.
Okay.
Scranton, Scranton, PA.
Shout out to The Office.
That's where it was filmed. That's the only cool thing about Scranton.
Was it filmed there too? Or was it just like where it took place?
Whenever they're like, that's Scranton. But yeah, the rest of it, you're right.
That's
Soundstage in Burbank.
That's like somewhere really nearby.
But I'm talking about the visuals. If you saw that, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of Scranton.
I took a trip there once.
It ain't great. Carlisle, Illinois, just a cow pasture.
All right.
Evansville, Indiana, it's where they test all of the nation's fast food. So there's every single fast food chain there. No actual real restaurant.
Okay.
It's not a hell yeah situation. You get real tired of eating
road trip
Arby's and bullshit.
Stop. It's like a road trip stop.
There's nothing real. It's all fast food. It's got to be one of the fattest cities in America.
See, RFK is changing this. Okay, keep going.
And tornadoes all the time. Whenever I lived there, like they'd be like, all right, y'all. I'd be in some courthouse and they'd be like, we're going to go down to the basement. We see a twister coming across from the north. Like, I got an
Arby's large.
Like that was just like a typical Tuesday. Lafayette, Louisiana, which is that one was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lafayette, Louisiana could be cool.
Zanesville, Ohio. I named that one. That
Where
one
Moana's
was definitely the worst of the worst.
I mean, you were there for a year too. That's rough.
That was so rough.
Yeah.
And
I was
Youngstown, Ohio.
Is that
Ohio.
nice? You were in a lot of Ohio.
Yes.
Seems like.
Well, that's where the land is.
Yeah.
But the coolest part about that is you could drive to Columbus, which is a very dope town.
Okay.
Which cool. If I would have known about Columbus, Ohio, that would have been like a cool place to go to college. Like whenever you're from a college town, you kind of are only like I was just like it's either Ole Miss or bust.
Totally.
If I would have known about Columbus, I think I would have like ventured over. It was pretty much like an Ole Miss situation, but in the snow.
That's cool.
Cool college, a lot of bars.
I hear it's awesome.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think I probably
aged
is. Out, but I'd probably.
It's very fratty, fratastic.
Nope. Yeah. You got the wrong guy. Fratastic.
Tell your face.
I know. Damn it. I have that resting frat look.
You really do. Resting
what are
frat
you
face.
Do? It's okay.
Sorry
Can't
to
win them
insult
all.
you.
Can't win them all. No, you're not insulting me. It's just
really
like
not,
the reality. I've grown into it.
Of.
It wasn't always this way, you know?
Yeah. What's going to happen when you're like an old man, do you think? Are you going to...
I think I'm going to be fucking cool, dude.
Do you think you'll dye your hair red or just let it go gray?
I'm letting it go. Okay. I already have some grays. I'm cool with it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep. I've been dyeing mine since about age 15.
Hell yeah. I'm just going to let it, go gray.
You said you wanted to talk about aging. And I will say this.
Tell me as one who just had a birthday.
As a girl that just had a birthday.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good because all aging means, if you think about it, is that you did not die yet. So what are you
worried about?
Like, you're sad because you're aging? So like, are you sad that you like, you know?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I mean, it's a part of life, right? And it's just like, I don't know, it's all relative, man.
But you sent me the sweetest quote as somebody that really knows me and knows that I am worried about this. Do you remember the quote you sent me?
Yeah, it's Carl Jung.
Jung? I said it.
Carl Jung, baby. And it's...
Is it Jung? I've been saying Jung, and I've definitely told other people this.
That's all right. They didn't know either.
I guess not.
Or maybe they just didn't correct you. They were like,
oh, she just had a birthday. We're not going to correct her.
No. It is what it is. But
tell our audience the quote.
It is... Life begins at 40. Everything else before then is just research.
Yep.
Which, you know.
I feel that.
I'm in my 30s, my mid 30s, and I feel every bit of that. I'm like, I didn't know shit in my 20s. I'm just now realizing I don't really know a lot in my 30s, but I'm getting through it. I've figured some things out, but not everything. And, you know, as long as there's that commitment in your 30s to then press on in your 40s and you're not like shifting around and worried about it, I think it's okay.
But it's changed so much because don't you remember whenever we were young and like the card for 40 was literally like a headstone and like a graveyard and it was like over the hill and there was a lot of like over the hill stuff for 40.
Yeah.
It's like Paris Hilton is 40.
Like, 40 is different now.
40 like definitely looks different now.
For sure. For sure. And so did your 50s, so did your 60s. The Golden Bachelor and Bachelorette, that's fun to watch.
I mean, people, you know, people live longer.
People live longer. There's like more.
People get to have balloon lips well into their 60s now, and they're just on an ABC show looking for love.
Hell yeah. Get a little nip and a little tuck.
That Golden Bachelorette, she looks way hotter now than she did whenever they flash back to her youth.
Oh, really?
Did your wife make you watch that? Have you watched it?
Yeah, I've watched it. She does make me. Yes. I don't like
seen it
a lot.
Okay, so this woman.
It's not one of my favorites. It's not like, adorable.
She really came. You're like, I don't cry every Monday
at
night
all. I don't
when there's
think
a new episode.
I don't think it's beautiful. I don't love seeing people fall in love at that age.
It's so great to see.
So heartwarming.
It's so great to see a woman like peaking later in life. TV usually doesn't let you see that. But it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I mean, this woman is like...
It happens all the time.
She's at her best now.
There are some... Like, Harrison Ford was older when he's got his break in acting. Like, Oprah Winfrey was older when she started doing her thing and really blew up. Like, there's a lot of people who have done a lot of cool things later in life. Like I have made mistakes in my 20s, and I sometimes look at.
I don't believe it.
I did, and I'm telling you, sometimes I'm like at work, and I'm like, would I have this job if I didn't fail astronomy 3 times in high school?
Wow.
Probably not.
No.
I'd probably be onto something better.
God bless the broken road.
But I'll tell you what, I know a lot about the sky at night.
Yeah, because you had that repetition, you know?
All the time, you know?
You know?
And then you're like, how many people are really appreciating the sky?
Not
Probably
a lot.
not. Probably people who got A's.
Yeah, they got 1 A. They forgot about that sky.
They forgot about it. They got a lot of A's. They got a good career, and now they're just looking around angry.
Listen,
getting hot dog lips to make themselves feel better.
They didn't have a cool story to tell a hot girl when they're looking up at the stars and get a wife like yours. So this is part of your game, right? Talking about
100% part of the game.
Orion's belt and such.
Oh yeah, this is my move. I'm like, let's go up and look at the stars, babe. Let's go cruise.
Mulholland Drive this time of year. You know, if you go out over this peak,
you want to go get Mel's driving and go to Mulholland. We'll get a milkshake.
Just LA references that nobody gets. Those are places here in Los Angeles.
You want to get a burger and a shake and head up to the makeout spot?
We got to, here for the hang is a worldly audience, Brian.
It is,
we got
I
people
know.
in other countries and they don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't know about this Mulholland
This is a worldwide
Drive
show. This is worldwide, baby. I think I've hit the mic about 4 times.
Okay, we'll edit all that out. But
we won't, but we
guys,
might. Listen, guys, I don't know if this was our best episode.
I think it's great.
Oh, okay. I'm low energy.
This every time.
No.
Look,
I'm just tired.
I only allotted him half, and he did finish it, and
Quickly.
I still have some left.
All right, well, we're gonna go so I can drink that.
All right, we're gonna go.
What are we gonna do?
You wanted to hit an open mic.
We're gonna go hit an open mic, or maybe we'll go to a show.
It's still low energy. You might want to. They got more of these down there.
That'll hype me up.
We just need the comedy clubs to get non-alcoholic beer, and then I'll really be jazzed about it. Because you go there and what am I going to have? A club soda with some cranberry sprinkled in? No, give me Peroni Zero. What's up with that, Comedy Store?
Are you sure they don't have any non-alcoholic beer? Is that true?
They have the 0.5. Like, I'm not trying to relapse to the tune of 0.05.
Is that like O'Doul's? Is like a 0.5 or something?
O'Doul's is trash.
Whoa, dude.
O'Doul's, it's not for winners.
My uncles used to drink O'Doul's.
See?
They won.
Just kidding.
They wanted life.
Sorry, I'm just burning your family. They could be watching. Listen, sorry to Uncle Agnew's far and wide.
That's 7 people you just insulted.
I know. I don't know their life.
Hey, they are living it.
I'm just saying.
And you know
O'Doul's,
what? They would laugh because they got a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
You're not offending nobody.
O'Doul's just seems like the first thing you crack whenever you
become sober.
Get out of the clink. Like day one, you're like, this ankle monitor is gonna go off if I have anything other than O'Doul's.
That's probably not too far off of their story.
Yeah,
and
if that's your truth out there, and you're watching the show, I'm not trying to insult you either. I'm just a little hyped on this cosmic vibe, if you know what I'm saying.
Cosmic vibe. Cosmic vibe. Well,
thank you for being here for the hang.
Thank you for watching.
I've been your host, Carlisle Forrester.
I've been and will continue to be Bryan Agnew.
My co-host right there, buddy. Co-pilot.
Co-pilot. Co-captain. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.